So let's move on to the Court Arcana. Does anybody have any additions they want to make? All right, the Court Arcana, we have kings, queens, and youths, which may be called jacks or pages in other decks. They're 12 in number. And they correspond to the 12 houses of the horoscope. They can also correspond to 12 distinct personality types. And I like to read them as that. When they come up in a spread, the Sacred Tarot, the training with that is to pretty much interpret them as individuals external to yourself. However, there are times when we're doing readings about subjects for which there are not external influences. And so these cards, the Court Arcana, can be very helpful in terms of representing facets of your own personality. The more familiar you are with astrology and with your own horoscope, the easier it is for you to see where these personalities may fit in to the different departments in your horoscope. Now, when reading the cards, gender is determined by the direction in which the card falls. Therefore, kings and youths, which are pictured as men, older men and younger men, when they are right side up, they represent a male influence. And when reversed, they represent a female influence. Queens, of course, right side up represent women. When reversed, represent a male influence. So with this, right side up and reverse cards, we can get a full spectrum of each of the 12 signs of the zodiac in male or female expression. The first of the Court Arcana is the King of Scepters. And this signifies a person ruled by the sign of Aries, fiery, headstrong, ambitious, courageous, and energetic. Right way up, it denotes an Aries man. Reversed, it indicates an Aries woman. The dominant idea is I am. This comes from the Sacred Tarot. Now below, the description for Aries, which is middle stature, spare, strong body, bushy eyebrows, dark hair, rather swarthy. The thing about the physical descriptions, although these are very old, the thing that truly determines physical description more than anything is our DNA, our heritage, our ethnicity. So in some cases, Zane's descriptions are prominently directed towards European genomes. One may not always find the same degree of diversity of hair and eye color on other continents. So one has to stretch somewhat. Now, Aries belongs to the first degree of emanation, and these are the signs Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. And the first degree of emanation, the first 4 signs of the zodiac, are believed to express themselves with great liberty, which is why they were pictured in the Tarot as men. These are signs that want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. It is a fire sign, so we know the temperament associated with the King of Scepters is going to be energetic and enthusiastic. And it belongs to movable quality, so it tends to be pioneering. And one of the things we know about Aries is they're headstrong, they're impulsive, they leap before they look, they're competitive. So we can see here, this is someone on the move. He's basically being pulled forward in a chariot. So it shows a man who's in this great state of haste or activity. This is somebody who could be rushing in and rushing out of the situation. All right, the King of Swords, again, it's a king. It belongs to the first degree of emanation, which expresses with liberty, moving from one's own desires, not modifying them to the surroundings. Taurus is an earth sign, so this is going to be someone of practical temperament. And we can see here that he is seated. There's this element of stability going on. Being of fixed quality, the fixed signs, which are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, tend to be perfectors. But this also means that at times they can be rigid or unyielding in their temperament. The King of Swords signifies a person ruled by the sign Taurus. Reserved, sullen, and practical. Right way up, it denotes a Taurus man. Reverse, it indicates a Taurus woman. The dominant idea is I have. And if you look here, he has show and tell. He has his wealth. He has his collection in front of him. The description for Taurus, they tend to be shorter, more thick-set, dull complexion, large mouth, dark hair and eyes. Now, when you're reading the Court Arcana, telling someone, oh, this is a Cancer man or Cancer woman, may actually not be helpful to them. Again, we know when we study charts that one can be a Taurus but have 5 planets in Cancer, and Cancer is the more powerful influence. So somebody may be literally looking for someone with a Cancer sun sign. But if you can describe the personality, saying that this is somebody who's very stable, very reliable, slow-moving, methodical, but also does not give in easily, is rigid, determined, and resistant to new ideas. They might be able to say, oh yeah, I know, he sits in the cubicle, 2 doors down from me at work. Because you're able to give a description. I generally do not work with the physical descriptions unless somebody really presses me. Oh, what does she look like? What does she look like? And then you might say, well, darker hair and eyes and a little more short, compact body. Thick-necked. Gemini, the King of Coins, signifies a person ruled by the sign Gemini, intelligent, restless, volatile, and fickle. Right way up, it denotes a Gemini man. Reversed, it indicates a Gemini woman. The dominant idea is I think. Well, here he is seated, and it looks like he could be writing. Tall, long arms, light complexion, brown hair, quick in action. So Gemini is an air sign. It belongs to the first degree of emanation. So again, it's male. It's pictured here as a man. The air signs are very social. They're idea people. They love to exchange with others. And they always have aspirations, things that they're moving towards. And being of mutable quality, Geminis are adaptable. They're the go-betweens. They're able to adapt ideas, projects, and carry out other people's ideas and take it to a new state of completion. The last of the kings is the King of Cups, which represents a person ruled by the sign Cancer. Mild, reserved, home-loving, and pleasant, except on a bad day. Right way up, it denotes a Cancer man. Reversed, it indicates a Cancer woman. The dominant idea is I feel. So they're moving from their emotions, from their feelings. We can see it's somebody who carries his heart on his shirt sleeve. The crab cannot walk straight forward. It can only go sideways. So here we see him standing on a crab, and that can indicate a person that navigates their way through life in this very sidestepping fashion, whether it's a difficulty in terms of being directed to their goals, or the fact that they may sidestep because they're walking on eggshells. They don't want to hurt another person's feelings. Cancer is described as middle heights, upper body is larger, small mouth and face, pale milky eyes. So, first degree of emanation, being a water sign, emotion is key. Empathy, sensitivity, feeling, moods. And being a movable sign, they're pioneering. They're on the move. They're in a state of activity. Now we move to the queens. Next in line in the zodiac is the Queen of Scepters, which is a woman of Leo temperament, haughty, high-spirited, ambitious, and resolute. Right way up, it denotes a Leo woman. Reverse, it indicates a Leo man. The dominant idea is I will. Well, Leos, we know, love to be adored. And here we can see she has her adoring fan in front of her, offering her tribute. And the thing you'll know about Leo individuals is quite often they need to be center stage. They need to be in the limelight. Breadth and size to stature, don't know what that means. Large head, light hair, ruddy complexion. What I find about Leos is they're very attentive to their hair. Their mane is important to them. So if they're on a budget, they may cut out every expense except the hairdresser. Second degree of emanation means that they express themselves with moderation. That's why they're pictured as the women. They take not only into account their own desires, but the impact of those desires on those around them. Being a fire sign, Leos are going to represent an element of energy and zeal and enthusiasm. It's that performance nature of Leo. As I always say in describing Leo, ta-da! But with the fixed quality, Leos can be rigid and perfecting. And the way that it comes out through Leo is through their desire for protocol, for manners, for the right and wrong way of doing things. Keyword for Virgo is I analyze. Being an earth sign, they tend to be very practical. But they're practical in the sense of the acquisition of knowledge, how the world works. That's where they develop their practicality. And being a mutable quality, they're adaptable. They're able to work in the realm of ideas and develop ideas. Virgos are great at exploring a complex subject, chewing it, pre-digesting it, and then simplifying it for others to understand. The Queen of Swords signifies a person ruled by the sign Virgo, studious, rather even-tempered, ingenious, and witty. Right way up, it denotes a Virgo woman. Reversed, it indicates a Virgo man. The dominant idea is I analyze. So this is going to be somebody who's very cerebral, very evaluative. The description that Zane gives in horary astrology is average compact body, brownish or fresh complexion, dark hair. What's important for Virgos is their work. Virgos need to be of service. So they take their work very seriously. They can be very good editors, because they never skip a beat. You know, they go through life with a fine meshed screen by which they're sorting everything out. Queen of Coins. Here we can see the key word is I balance, and she's neither sitting nor standing. She's delicately balanced on this stool. In one hand she holds a sistrum, or rattle, sacred to Isis, in the other hand the scales, the symbol of equilibrium. The Queen of Coins signifies a person ruled by the sign Libra, good, high-minded, noble, and amiable. Right way up it denotes a Libra woman, reversed it indicates a Libra man. The dominant idea is I balance. Tall and well-formed, clear complexion, sparkling eyes, hair brown or black. So, an air sign. Libras are going to be social, they're going to be idea people. Where Libras are idea people is they like to have their finger on the pulse of what's going on in society. They want to know where the social events are, the cultural events are, what's fresh in fashion or music or in literature. And they are pioneering, and they tend to pioneer, they tend to be groundbreakers in the areas of fashion, music, the arts, cultural things. Libras need harmony. They don't like to fight. They don't like conflict or confrontation. You know, harmony at all cost. They don't like dirty work generally, so you may not find them in mechanical trades because they don't want to get their hands dirty. And they bend over backwards to accommodate the needs of others. Queen of Cups. I desire. This is somebody who moves from passion. The Queen of Cups signifies a person ruled by the sign Scorpio, active, selfish, proud, resentful, reserved, and thoughtful. Right way up it denotes a Scorpio woman. Reversed it indicates a Scorpio man. The dominant idea is I desire. Middle height, thick set, corpulent, hooked nose, dark hair, ruddy or swarthy complexion. So, water sign, they are emotional. Scorpios feel everything, and they feel everything deeply. And if a Scorpio is feeling something, if they're in the same room with you or even 3 miles away, chances are you will feel it too. They cannot hide their moods. And they tend to be rigid and perfecting. They have certain ways they want to do things. Scorpios are like detectives. They want to get in and get the information. So you wake up in the morning, they'll start asking questions first thing. They can be very probing. But they don't like to be probed. They are a sign of secrecy. So they like to cloak themselves in secrecy, but they could be like the interrogator in a meeting where all the questions are directed to you. They go away. They know everything, including your social security number and mother's maiden name. But you may wonder, you know, who was that masked woman I just spent time with? They may be able to maintain a poker face, but if you have the slightest degree of sensitivity, you'll feel what they're feeling. All right, the youths. This is the 3rd degree of emanation, which expresses itself with reserve. And that's why they're represented as the children, and that the children come under the influence of the parents, ultimately making the decisions. Sagittarius is a fire sign, so they're fiery, they're energetic, they're enthusiastic. I call Sagittarians enthusiasm junkies. They need something to be excited about. And they will go to all ends of the world to find it. They are a mutable sign, so they tend to be very adaptable. Where this expresses in the fire signs, we know that both Aries and Leo can be highly competitive and wrestle to take the reins of control. With Sagittarius, they will, if they sense a power vacuum, they'll step in to take over. But if there is someone around who they feel has greater knowledge or ability or skill, they'll defer to that person. The youth of scepters signifies a person ruled by the sign Sagittarius, benevolent, free, jovial, quick-tempered, energetic, and fond of outdoor sports. Right way up, it denotes a Sagittarius man, reversed a Sagittarius woman. The dominant idea is I see. Sagittarians tend to hit the nail on the head. You go to them for information and they'll cut to the chase. But you can see he's also holding a bow and arrow. So if you ask for an opinion, you better be prepared to receive it. Because it may be a freshly sharpened arrow that could cut to the quick. Above middle height, high forehead, long nose, sanguine complexion, hair brown. Youth of Swords signifies a person ruled by the sign Capricorn, crafty, subtle, reserved, and avaricious. Right way up, it denotes a Capricorn man, reversed a Capricorn woman. The dominant idea is I use. Slender rather than stout, thin face, black hair, dark complexion. Practical and pioneering. I use. You can see here, he's genuflecting to an empty throne. So Capricorns can defer to people in power, but they're always somehow looking to rise ahead. The goat lives on the tops of mountains. So Capricorns need to scale the heights. They need to make it to the top. And what's more important to them than money, Taurus is an earth sign that loves money. For Capricorn, though, it is status, honor, reputation that drives them more than pure finance. The other thing about Capricorns, they call them crafty here, but part of that I use is Capricorns are very good for substitution. For example, if they're making biscuits in the kitchen for breakfast and they can't find the cookie cutters, they'll pull out a wine glass and start cutting with that. Or if the back door handle's getting loose and they don't know where the screwdriver is, they'll pull out a butter knife and use it. So they're always, everything's a tool to them somehow. Youth of Coins signifies a person ruled by the sign Aquarius, witty, argumentative, yet amiable. Except when they're just argumentative. Artistic, humanitarian, and fond of refined society. Right way up, it denotes an Aquarian man. Reversed, it indicates Aquarian woman. Dominant idea is I know. Stout, well-set, fair hair, sanguine complexion, pleasant. So, they're an air sign. Aquarians are social. I know. They live in the realm of ideas. And usually they've studied up before they have their argument with you. Though they'll actually say they don't argue. We're just having a discussion. Aquarians love to play the devil's advocate just to negotiate somebody from, black or white to gray. And they're a fixed sign. So although we think of Aquarius as being very novel and cutting edge, they also have their specific ways of doing things and don't like to yield from their, preordained order.
Would you repeat what you said about the third degree of emanation?
They are the children, so they express themselves with reserve. The king's liberty, they do what they want to do when they want to do it. They're like men. The queens are modification. They're operating from their desires, but they have to think of companions and children and how their actions are going to impact all around them. And the children are still dominated by their parents. So they tend to have to look towards others for some type of guidance. And lastly, in the court cards, is the Youth of Cups, whose keyword is I believe. This is Pisces. Negative, timid, listless, harmless, and much influenced by those around him. Right way up, it denotes a Pisces man. Reversed, it indicates a Pisces woman. The dominant idea is I believe. Tending towards shortness, fleshy, pale face, brown or dark hair. Fishy eyes. I'm not sure I like that. I would call it bedroom eyes rather than fishy eyes. I would also not say that Pisces are harmless.
I would never say that.
No. They can be cruel or sadistic at times. You know, if they get mad, they could kick the cat. So they may only appear harmless. Generally, it's the sign that has to do with sympathy and sensitivity and emotion. But that can have a dark side as well. They are emotional, like Cancer and Scorpio. They can be moody, fluctuating. And they are also adaptable, as is Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. That they're able to translate other people's ideas. Here, we see that his arms are tied. And Pisces in a chart governs the 12th house, which we consider the house of addictions and slavery. And so Pisces persons can become easily addicted to things or enslaved by others or ideas. In the case of I believe, they can be dominated at times by religion or more forceful minds than theirs.